for me, this became a reality in 2003. I was confronted with it really for the first time. I had heard about it, I had thought about it, but I saw it in 2003 when my wife and I were in Central America. I was in law school and doing an internship, and she was in graduate school doing an internship with the State Department, and we were in this capital of the Central American country, and a contingent from the State Department from D.C. had come down, and they were working on the TIP report, the Trafficking in Persons report, and putting together the country report for this area. And so we went out. They went out to do some investigations in one of the more dangerous areas of the city where all of the crime, the trafficking of drugs, weapons, humans, was centered. And we went out. We walked the streets. And it was dark, and it was black, and it was incredibly frightening. But we were looking for the exploitation that was going on, and we had experts who were guiding us. And so we would walk through, and they knew exactly what was going on here. There was groups of young women here. Some of it was very clear. Here they were being prostituted. You knew it by the dress and by what was happening and the activity that was going on. They also pointed out as we walked through these streets and these corridors, different doors, this brothel here, that brothel there, here's what's going on in there, here's what that caters to, here's how these girls came to be here, here's the poverty that drove them there, here's the abduction, here's the violence, here's why they're here. And then we came down a street and we turned, and there was some activity we could see, and some people were kind of scurrying away. There were some doors closing, and this one State Department official looked at us and said, see those windows closing up there? Yeah, they see us coming. Those windows up there, that's where they keep the youngest ones. And youngest means 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. And we walked through, and we came out of this. We came out of the night. We got back into the van that we had traveled down there, and my wife turned to me, and this is a woman who has even at that time had much knowledge about the issue, had read, studied, researched, and she turned to me and she was visibly shaken, as we all were, and she said, I know right now tonight for the first time in my life what it means to cry out, "Come, Lord Jesus." When you're faced with that injustice, when you're faced with that blackness, that violence, that exploitation, that is when we cry out, "Come, Lord Jesus." That is when we realize that not only are we hurting and sinful, but we are in a world that is incredibly violent, that exploits the most vulnerable, that destroys them, devours them. And it's when we see that, when we have the courage to look at it, to look beneath the surface, that we actually get moved and say, yes, come Lord Jesus, this world needs to be redeemed. I actually need you. I was comfortable with my coffee and my commute and my computer and everything else until I saw this. Now I realize we need you. And this is one of the benefits of going to such a hard and dark place. Now, we came back from Central America, and we had seen this firsthand, and we were changed. It's when we came back that we realized that happens in the U.S. all around us.